Wow. If you watch that very touching video, raise your hands. If you really paid attention to this video, please raise your hands. Did you watch that? So I'm going to
I don't understand anything.
Don't worry, we will get to review it. So if you watched it, that's what I'm asking. Don't worry about understanding it. That's what we're about to do. Chinaza, did you understand it? Kapsi, did you understand? Did you watch? Matilda and Maya, did you watch? Yes, raise your hands if you did. Adebola Adelaja, did you watch? If you watched, raise your hands either in your video or you raise your hands, like put up your hands with the emoji. All right, thank you. So who understood what happened in that video? Don't be scared to answer. Just say what comes to your mind. If you feel you understood, unmute and speak.
So what I understood in this video that there are two siblings and they are always getting good grades in school and always playing with each other and have a strong bond. But as soon as the father gave the daughter the phone, she became distracted, stopped playing and helping out her brother, and was always on the phone. It was time for bed. And because of that phone, she became less focused and got a low score in one of her exams. But then when the father collected the phone for him, this went back to normal.
Can you people just jam your e-hands together, physical and e-hands? Please help me jam it together for Kamsi. Kamsi, that was totally spot on. You read exactly what happened in that video. So she was doing well in class, being a good sister to her sibling until she got a phone. And even the sibling she was becoming very irritable, with her brother until she realized that she failed her exams, all thanks to this wonderful gift. Initially, it was an exciting gift, right? So this is a great way to introduce our teacher for today, the person that will teach us what we need to know to be able to overcome this menace, like people say, this issue of always scrolling or tapping on or being in front of the screen. If you're with me here and if your physical hands and your e-hands are ready, please welcome Miss Amaka O'Neary as she takes over the session. Don't forget, before we go into that session, this is the Young Oaks Leadership Network. This is where we raise leaders for tomorrow, and we start today. And if you want to be part of it, just 5,000 naira registration for your child. Tell your parents if you're not registered to just pay 5,000 naira for the first level, and then we can take it to the next level. But I'll come back to tell you. Auntie Yamaka is here. Please put your hands. I didn't see your e-hands jamming together, or even your physical hands. Look at our beautiful auntie. Jam it together for her.
Thank you so much, NJ. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Can you all hear me?
Yes, please.
Yes.
No,
Okay,
I can't hear you.
Who can't hear me? I see Esther, I see Matilda, I see Maya, I see Kamsi, I see Adebola, I see Chinaza. Who am I missing out here on the screen? I see Pius Reloaded. You must be siblings sitting together. Good to see all of you. Cool. And what are your individual names? Pius Reloaded?
Sean and Chanel. Sean and Chanel.
Sean and Chanel. Oh, beautiful. Okay. I want to know your names because I'll be calling you out. Okay, Esther, I see you. Okay. Now I can confirm we can see one another. Let me just start by asking one question. How many of us here have a device, be it a phone, be it an iPad, any form of device? Okay. Adebola, I don't see your hand. Who has a device? Okay. Another question. How many times have you looked at this device this morning?
Give me an estimate from the time you woke up.
Once.
Once? Okay. Who else?
Yeah.
3 times? Who else? Kamsi, what about you?
Once.
Once? Cool. All right. So I'll just walk us through. All of us have devices, and at this age where we are in, one of the things we need to learn how to do is how to master it. For every stage in life or in history where there's a new technology, the first thing we do is, hey, the excitement of the technology, then we learn how to master it. Once there were cars, and of course, there were many accidents, road accidents, and we learned how to master it. Then there became, people had to go to driving school. There had to be laws for driving. There has to be, people were guided. The same thing with aircrafts. There were, of course, accidents. Then people started being guided for safety, how to manage it, how to control it. And we are in the age of social media, and we need to do the same thing. So I'll just take us on a little journey, and I will share my screen, and I want all of us to be participating because it's not just me talking, okay? We all use devices like we should, we signify when we raise our hands. So welcome to today's session, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, thanks for the response.
Please.
How many of us turn up our phones and we just watch a dance like this? And sometimes there are some dances that are raining and we use it to learn and we forward to our friends and all of that. Who can identify with that? Cool. I want us to do something. We're going to look at social media. And of course, there are some amazing things we can do with social media, but there are also some things you should watch out for in social media. And in the course of this program, we will talk about it. I want us, what is one good thing, something good about social media, something you enjoy, you feel is very good for you, that makes you go there? So either you mute and share, or you go to the chat and type in your response. What is one amazing thing about social media? There are quite a lot of amazing things. Okay, Kamsi, have your hand up.
Yeah, you can go on social media and like for education, like learn how to do something. You want to learn how to use an application on your system and stuff.
Not right.
Oh, cool. For educational purposes, and you can learn a skill. That's fantastic. Esther?
It's actually very helpful because it teaches some kids something.
Okay, you can go there to learn some stuff, right? Fantastic. Sean and Chanel?
It gives us entertainment.
I like that you say that. It gives us entertainment, yes?
It can also help us to learn some new
All right,
things.
so that's for the good. Let's look at the bad. What do you think is bad about social media? Is there really anything bad? And if there is, what do you think is?
I want to write in the chat. I don't want to see it. We are going to see it.
Anybody? Kamsi, have your hand up. Go ahead.
I don't want to see
There
it.
can be cyber bullies on the internet.
You can
Kamsi, you
get
can unmute. You
addicted
have your
to
hand
it.
up.
You can get addicted to it.
You can get addicted. All right? That's true.
There's
Chinaza,
some
what about
bad
you?
things on it that can happen there.
There can be some bad influences on the internet.
Sorry?
There can be some bad influences on the internet.
Oh, there are some bad things that will influence you negatively on the internet. Okay. I also see some chat. As I said, you can use social media for things like schoolwork. You can engage with your friends and entertain. That's nice. But you can also see inappropriate things. Okay, I'm hearing somebody's voice. Who else is saying something?
It's actually bad because they might show bad things or they can scam you.
Sean, I didn't hear you clearly. The network went off. You said it's actually bad, but I didn't hear the last part
You
of
can
it.
show bad things and people can actually scam you there.
You can show bad things and people can actually scan you there. So one thing we agree is that social media is great. It also has its pitfalls. It also has its dark side, right? And as much as we use it for all we need to do, we also should be mindful of the dark side. And I'm going to tell us a little bit about this dark side and why it is dark and how it can be used to exploit us. And with that, we have some wisdom and know how to beat these people to their game. Is that okay? So let's quickly share a few interesting facts about social media. Right? A few interesting facts about social media. The average teenager, it's been proven that the average teenager checks their phone over 100 times a day. This is statistics. When you get that notification, you check it. When you get that WhatsApp chat, you check it. When you get that notification from TikTok, you check it. You get from Instagram, you check it. You get from X, you check it. And 100 times a day. If for some people, it's more than 100 times. There are some people that are so addicted, and when they check their phones 320 times in a day. However, those people that check 100 times and 320 times started checking just a little. Oh, 20 times, not bad. 30 times, not bad. 35 times, not bad. And it started growing and growing and growing. A poll has been taken too. A lot of young adults have agreed that they are unable to control their social media usage. Because once you move from one story, you jump into the other reel, you jump into the other reel, and that's so interesting and entertaining, right? And we're going to talk about why it is so. And the more we know why it is so, the better place we are to control it. Do you understand? That's the purpose of today's session. Understand more about social media so we can control our usage rather than social media control us. The last image I have on the screen, it says, "My privacy." Really? How many of you have, maybe somebody annoyed you or mommy chastised you, and you really get angry and you storm into your room like, "I don't want anybody to talk to me. I don't want anybody to talk to me." And you get into your room and you bring out your phone. Anybody done that? Hands up. Don't worry, your mom is not here. Okay, I see that hand. But you know, interesting thing, when we stormed out and went into our room, we're like, "I want to be on my own. I don't want anybody to disturb me." But you only say that to physical people. You picked up your phone and you allow the whole world that's on social media to disturb you. So is it really your privacy you're looking for? And I'll tell you why that happens. That when you're much more emotional, you tend to go towards social media and how to control it when you're in that state. All right? And please stop me if you have any question. And today's topic, we talk about distraction, how to handle distractions, right? But what are distractions? What are distractions? What really distracts you? Let's stop and just discuss. I know we have it on the screen. What distracts you? What's a distraction? Aside from what I have here, what do you think, in your own words, how would you describe distraction? Anybody? You can unmute or go on the chat.
My name is Sophia Nwachukwu.
Hello, Sophia.
Hello.
What do you think is, in your own word, what are distractions?
Distraction means when you are not focusing on something.
When you're not focusing on something. Fantastic. All right. Who else? Chanel, I see your hand up. Go ahead. After that, Esther. After you, Esther.
Distractions are things that don't make you focus on what you want to do.
Cool. Thank you. Esther?
My name is actually Ife.
Well, I didn't hear you clearly.
My name is actually Ife. My name is Ife.
Oh, Ife, I was seeing Esther on the screen. Now you changed it. Ife, go ahead. Thank you for correcting me.
Distractions are like things that don't let us focus on what we are doing.
Fantastic. And if you look at the image there, you see the person there is supposed to be reading a book, but she has her phone in between her books. Can I ask, how many of us have done this? How many of us? I have done it at one stage. How many of us have done this?
I have done it.
Thank you for being honest. And when somebody comes from the prompt, they see the book, but you are putting your phone in between your book. So what are distractions? Distraction is whatever steals your focus from what you need to be doing. Which means if at this time I need to be reading and something takes me away from reading, is distraction. If I'm supposed to be reading and a friend of mine comes around and says, hey, let's gist, the friend is a distraction, right? If I'm supposed to be in bed and I'm not sleeping, whatever is making me not sleep at that point is a distraction. And the same way, if you're supposed to be doing something and you are on social media instead, social media at that point is a distraction. Okay? Kamsi, have your hand up.
Yes, I have a question. What if when you're supposed to go to bed and you're doing something productive because you know you're doing it for a good cause and doing it to pass? Like, I go to bed late during school to study so I can pass. Is that still a distraction?
Good question. So if you look at the areas that are bold, whatever steals your focus from what you need to be doing. See, if at that time you need to be studying, that studying is not a distraction at that time. It's whatever is making you lose focus on studying that is distracting you. If you're staying awake late to study for your exams, you're not being distracted. You are doing what you need to do because you need to study for the exams. Does that answer your question?
Nah, thank you.
Cool. All right. And distraction from social media can come from anywhere. It can be incoming calls. It can be that you finish watching the movie and a reel and you're daydreaming about it. It can be that somebody sends you a meme and like, oh, funny, let me just send it to my friend. It's so funny. That is a distraction because you stop what you're supposed to be doing and you do that one. All right. So we should be mindful, whatever we are doing that stops us from doing what we are supposed to be doing at that time, what we need to be doing at that time is a distraction. All right. So we're going to move on to the next thing. If you see the screen, you see the title on the screen, zombie scrolling. How many of us have seen this term before? Zombie scrolling? You haven't? Zombie scrolling? Okay. How many of us have watched any zombie movie? XND, what's your full name? So I can call you. Okay, that's Ife. Your name keeps changing on the screen. How many of us have watched any zombie movie? Tell me the zombie movie you have watched. You can unmute and just call it out.
Zombies on Disney Channel.
Zombies on Disney Channel. Who else?
Zombies eat.
Zombies eat.
Zombies eat.
Okay. If you have your hand up, you can unmute and answer this time. Any other zombie movie? When you watch those zombie movies, what is peculiar about them? They walk aimlessly. If they're headed in a direction, all of them will just follow like a head and follow that direction. They don't know when to stop. They are not reasoning. And this term was coined for people that were addicted on social media. This is what they identified they were doing. They were actually mimicking the behavior of zombies. Once they're on the screen and they are scrolling, they can't stop. They are scrolling aimlessly. It's not as if I went there to check a particular thing. For some of you said you go there to study, right? Or you go there to get entertained. Oh, I went there to get entertained for just 10 minutes. Or I went there to play this song. That is clear. But knowing you pick up your device and you're just scrolling from reel to reel, you scroll to another one, oh, this one is funny. Then it tells you, okay, there's part 2 on the other side. You go and search for part 2. it becomes zombie scrolling. Yes, scrolling aimlessly, and it's been recognized as a mental situation. Zombie scrolling. Are you a zombie? No, you're not. I like that. Thumbs down, I'm not a zombie. Because zombies do it aimlessly, aimlessly. They move around aimlessly, the forage aimlessly, they act aimlessly, so long as somebody just says, this is the way, and they just go straight on. So when next you find yourself scrolling from reel to reel, ask yourself, am I a zombie? If I'm not a zombie, stop. Because the only difference between a zombie and a human is that a human can take a decision to do otherwise. The zombie cannot. All right. So zombie scrolling. Know that again. Next time you see your friend scrolling, ask your friend, are you a zombie? Now, let us understand a little bit about social media. When you go to the market, some of us have gone to the shop, to the mall before, gone to the market with our parents, and they go to buy something. You exchange money for something. Am I correct? You buy an item and you exchange it for money. The item is a value you are getting, and you are giving money for that value. Let's talk about the business of social media. What are they selling? What do you think social media is selling? Anybody can guess.
Content.
They're selling content. Fantastic. What else?
They are selling some fake things, and they are selling products to make you buy something.
They're selling fake products to make you buy something, correct? All right. Let you into what they're really selling. The businesses, the owners of social media platform, what they're really selling. Why they are bringing all of that content for you is that the more you scroll, the more you click, the more you share, the more you interact, the more of your data, your data trail you leave on the social media. So they can depict your behavior, the things you like, when you like it, when you usually scroll, when you post your picture, the places you go to. All of those things are data. This data they gather, so they come to you and see they're selling content. You watch the content, but you provide a tracker of your personality and your activities. They sell this tracker, this data to advertisers. Now, how many of us have been on social media and suddenly what you've been wishing to get for your birthday suddenly starts popping up on your screen? How many of us have witnessed that? Show of hands. Something you've just been talking about, or you just, oh, I just saw this, and the very next day you open your social media, you see so many reels on that. What do? They take your data and sell it to the same people that make content and the same advertisers and tell them, we have people in the market. I know Ife will want to watch your content. I'm selling her data to you. Produce more content for her. Now, what happens is that because they're now producing more content or more adverts that are targeted at you, you are becoming more and more hooked. All right? So at the end of the day, with this explanation, what are they selling? You are the products. Your time, your focus, your information, your digital tracking are the products that is being sold, and they're getting value for it. And what value are you getting for it? Nothing, except you went to that social media platform to do something useful for yourself, either to upskill yourself, to learn something, to study. If you just went there to be scrolling aimlessly, you are the product on the shelf that they are selling. So be mindful of this, so that anytime you go on social media, tell yourself, I'm going there to get something valuable. I'm not going there to be used. All right, so we move on. And how do they do this? I'm going to put this up on the screen. How many of us have seen things like this? Comments like, you won't believe what will happen next. Watch till the end. How many of us have seen such comments? A video reel. You've seen it, right? You won't believe what happened. What happens next? Watch to the end. Or you see something like, this one trick will change your life forever. Or another one, they will give you some story about a celebrity. Shocking news. What has happened between Two-Face and his wife? And all of us want to go and watch. What are they doing? Because we are the merchandise, we are the goods that they're selling. They try to make us catch our attention to go and watch these things so we can leave our digital track, so they can get us hooked. So they can also know that they have us out there, that they can get people that will produce more content for us to watch. If we step away from social media, all the people that produce content will have nobody using them. Advertisers will have nobody they're advertising to. They can't sell their products. The content creators won't get followership. They won't get the payment they're getting, like those who put up things on YouTube channel. So it's actually us that make the internet and make social media what it is. So when you go there and you're scrolling aimlessly, they are using your head. Let me put it that way. Say they will not use my head. Or mute now and say it after me. They will not use my head.
They will not use my head.
When I go on social media, I go there to do something.
They will not use my head.
Thank you. All right, so we move on. Now, when we see this kind of sketchy stories, we know that it's not for us. They just want to get our attention. We just move on. We don't have to watch it. Is that okay? Is that okay?
Yes, please.
All right, fantastic. So don't ever fall for this trick, all right?
Okay, yes, please.
Now, social media has been seen to have so many vices. If you go to the medical space now, the medical field is really getting very, very concerned about the number of ailments, the number of sicknesses that are linked to social media. In this generation, we're having a lot of people suffering from insomnia. Insomnia is inability to sleep. You're tired, you want to sleep, but you can't sleep. You now tell yourself, oh, because I can't sleep, let me just scroll on my phone till I fall asleep. Who has done this? I have. Who has? Okay. What happens is that oftentimes you think that you're going to social media because you cannot sleep. Actually, it's your addiction to social media that makes you unable to sleep at night. Because when you go to bed, your brain is telling you, you have not completed what you need to do before you go to bed. One thing is missing. What is it? You have not looked at your phone. Now, because your brain keeps telling you have not looked at your phone, you're unable to sleep. You now tell yourself, okay, let me look at it, then I'll fall asleep. Then you look at it from 9 o'clock to 10, then 10 to 11, then 11 to 12, then 12 to 1, till mommy comes into your room, or daddy hears some noise and wonders why he's still awake. And it has become a sickness that people are paying so much money to treat, insomnia. The other one is anxiety. You find yourself being anxious over little things you could have handled ordinarily. You get over worried. Oh, you're having your exams. Oh, I've not studied. It's good to be anxious, but not overly anxious. But sometimes we think it's the exam. Sometimes you think it's that thing I want. But actually, because we have spent so much time in social media, seeing the almost perfect life of other people, anything that is not perfect in your life gets you anxious. And life is not always perfect because there's always a building for you to get to the perfect stage. But when we stay on social media, what has been discovered to do is that it makes you think that life has to become like a fairy tale. So anything that happens to you that is not perfect, you get yourself overly anxious and you're getting worried. Another one is anger issues. We find out that people now get angry easily. Why? Because social media gives you everything you need within very short period, short content. So we lack patience. Anything that takes its time to process, we start struggling. Now, what is the reason for all of this? There is a scientific piece to it. There's something called a chemical called Dopamine. Dopamine is the same chemical you find in some hard drugs, right? Illicit drugs. It makes people high. Now, when you scroll on social media and you get that instant gratification of brilliant pictures, perfect life, sharp stories, that instant gratification releases in your system the same chemical, dopamine, that hard drugs release in the body of a hard drug user. And the way the hard drug user gets addicted to drug, that is why we now get addicted to social media, because of the dopamine it releases in our system. The more you get, the more you want to get it. The only way to stop it is to stop it. The only way to stop a drug user is to stop drugs. The only way to stop dopamine is to stop unnecessary, mindless scrolling on social media. All right. And these are treatments that doctors are handling today. Now, we're going to go into the crux of the matter. I'm going to share with you some tips that we can use to manage how we use social media. Social media is here to stay. And remember, we started by saying it's also a great place to be. It has its very good positives. It's just us being able to manage it, right? So we can tame this monster. We are in charge. And I want to say it after me. I am in charge.
I am in charge.
The power is in my hand.
The power is in my hands.
The power is in
Fantastic.
my hands.
Okay, we're going to do something briefly now to demonstrate how we are in charge. All right. We're going to watch a video, another short video. Then I'll come back and I'll share with us very simple tips, very, very simple tips you can apply and manage how you scroll on social media. All right. So the video will come up now. I will stop sharing while I see your very beautiful faces. Okay, we are also connected. Great. So we're going to watch this video and you tell me what you think. This is a video of some children that took a decision and took power in their hands and said, I will not let social media control me. I can control it.
Out of this assembly, a small group has volunteered for an experiment where their phones will be locked up for a week. This is the first time the play Generation FOMO, Fear of Missing Out, is being seen by its target audience in Canterbury.
Was there anything that stuck out to you when you were watching the actors kind of talk about all those big issues?
A lot of their experiences were quite similar to ones that I've gone through, you know, like just sending around pictures of people all the time, you know, like kind of bullying online. That's happened quite a lot.
Well, I'm really interested to see how much we rely on phones and what's so special about them that we use them every day without fail.
The psychology department at the University of Kent is overseeing the experiment.
What's the impact of phones on behaviour, on teenage behaviour in particular?
Yeah. One thing about phones which we heard about in the play is just how addictive they are. So it's incredibly difficult to stop yourself from going on the phone because of this dopamine release you get from looking at these videos. It is an addictive behaviour and it's very difficult to stop that, especially for young people whose brains are still developing and they don't have that ability to inhibit.
Well, this is the day they've been waiting for. They're getting their devices back.
How much of a difference do you think it's made not having your smartphone that you've been clicking on, checking all the time?
I feel like less distracted almost on my phone. Like I feel like maybe I don't really need it because I was thinking, oh, I'm always checking my phone. Now, like, I don't really care about messages anymore.
The phones aren't really necessary. They're just kind of something helpful that's there. We don't really need them.
Did you think that before the experiment?
Not really.
So this has kind of changed your mind?
Yeah.
The show's creator from Portrait Theatre was in the room to get an instant review.
What did you make of their reaction?
This was, in a way, the most important performance that we've had for me so far because it's their story, right? That conversation happened in their school, in their environment, in their community with their teachers, their head teachers in the room. It's got to be a way to start a dialogue. I think that's how we create dialogue, how we create change as well.
Fantastic. Okay. Did you get the story? Did you get the story? A group of students came together and said, we don't want to be distracted by our phones again. And they submitted their phones for 1 full week to live without their phones. Do you think it's possible to be without your phone for 1 week?
No.
It's not possible.
Yes.
It's possible.
Okay. Okay. I see. I hear it's possible. I hear it's not possible. Let me hear your opinion. Who else thinks it's possible?
It's possible, but
It's
Okay.
possible.
I hear another it's possible.
but it's not possible sometimes.
It's possible for certain ages, and
But it's not possible
Brain
for
develop.
some people that are addicted to it.
It is possible.
Okay, I'm hearing, so all of us are speaking now.
It
I
is
hear it's
possible.
possible for certain ages, but it's not possible for people who are addicted to it. Okay, and
It
you
is
all have
possible.
great answers.
it is.
It is possible.
It is possible.
It's quite possible. It's
All
possible.
right, and I agree with you guys. It's possible. Remember, the power is in our hands. All right, let me show you what we can do to make it possible. All right, and these are a few tips. I'm going to share my screen now and let you see some tips we can use. You can use all of them. You can use some of them, and you can, with that, manage how you use the phone. Can you see my screen?
Daddy, it is the admin that is.
Can you see my screen?
Shana was busy on meeting us.
Okay, can I get a virtual thumbs up if you can see my screen, or unmute and let me know? Can you see my screen?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Right. So I'm going to go through all I have here, and these are some very powerful tools we can use depending on how the areas that get you hooked on social media. When you come across videos on social media, they always tell you, oh, click here to get my notifications. Please don't fall for that. It's like a fish in water being given a hook with a very juicy worm. You don't need the notification. You go to social media when you need to go there. If you click on the notification, it means they are pulling you into social media when they need you to be there. So if you have any notification, if you've turned on notification to any platform or any page, one easy way is go now and turn off notification. Number 2, I'm going to introduce you to something I don't know if a lot of you know about it. Do you know about the grayscale mode?
No,
The
please.
grayscale mode
No,
on your
please.
phone. Oh, fantastic.
No, please.
Social media, the pictures are
No,
very
please.
brilliant. They are very colorful. They are very vibrant.
Yes.
Those colorful, vibrant pictures get your brain connected. It gets it hooked. So if you can go on your phone, it's in your settings. In some phone, is in your accessibility. You click there, you go to grayscale. And when you click on grayscale, it turns your phone to black and white. When you're scrolling on social media in black and white, it's not interesting. You find that when you scroll for a few minutes, you just get tired. But when you leave the pictures very vibrant, you stay on and on and on. But when you put it in grayscale mode, you can scroll, but you find that after a while, you can easily manage how much time you spend there. You log out. Another thing is that all the apps you have on your phone, you don't need them. How many of us here use 80% of the apps on their phone? There are some apps on your phone you never really use. You saw it and it was interesting and you downloaded it.
I don't
If you're
really
not
use
using
all.
it, you don't use all. That's great. If you're not using it and it's not useful, delete it. All right?
I delete
Then-
something that I don't use sometimes.
Fantastic. And sometimes there's some apps you're using, but when you feel that you're getting so addicted, you delete it. So I use Instagram a lot. But sometimes when I realize that every time I'm on Instagram, like, what am I looking for? I uninstall it and leave it like that for about 1 week. Then after a week, I install it back. I tell myself, I'm the one in charge. It's my hand, it's my life, it's my head, it's my phone. The phone is not the one ruling me. Then another one I would like to introduce us to. Replace screen time with real activities. How many of us have friends here? When I say friends, not because you are sitting next to them in the classroom. Friends you actually made because you hung out with those people, or you met somewhere and you connected. Chinas, I see your hand up. Now, one of the things I want to challenge all of us to do, each time you think of scrolling aimlessly, remember I said aimlessly, not when you're on social media for something purposeful or useful. When you're scrolling aimlessly, replace that time. Tell yourself, I'm going to replace this time with a physical activity with a friend of mine or my sibling. Go and play. Some of you are very good at chess. You are very good at Monopoly. You are very good, and I know your parents have bought these things in the house for you. Try to do those things. The more you do it, the more your brain starts disconnecting from social media, and the more your brain starts hungering for those physical activities. So feed your mind with those physical activities. If your area is a place you can hang out, you can go out there, play with friends. There are so many games children, we are very creative. You can create games on the spot. All right. The next one, unsubscribe from unnecessary notification or accounts. There are some platforms you belong to and they give you, you sign up to and they give you notification when there's something new added or whatever it is. Don't ask for notification. Remember, the rule is you go to social media when you need to, not when it drags you into it. Unfollow pages. You don't have to follow a page. Sometimes you follow somebody and go like, oh, this person is very nice. The interesting thing is that when you meet these people in real life, you might not find them nice. Remember that my picture and video I post on social media are my best pictures and my best time. So when I post those videos and pictures, you are most likely going to like me. And you follow me at the expense of a good real friend that you have around you. But when you meet me in real life, you won't feel like following me. So don't, any page that is not serving you anything positive, unfollow it. Then a lot of our phones also have app limits. I have set up mine. And you can say, TikTok, I'll only be on TikTok 1 hour, 30 minutes a day, or 30 minutes a day. Instagram, 30 minutes a day. You put the different apps you have on your phone and put time to it. Once you spend more than that time, it locks your access to that app. It helps you manage it. It tells you you spend more than the allotted time. The next one is screen-free zones. Make it a habit to say there are some places my phone does not follow me to. Your phone should not follow you to the dining table. Your phone should not follow you to the kitchen. Let me hear from you. What other places do you think the phone should not follow us to? You can unmute.
The toilet.
The toilets, okay? Yes, because sometimes the phone follows us to the toilet. Instead of doing the number 2 in 3 minutes, we do it in 22 minutes. If you have your hand raised, go ahead. Give it a shot.
You cannot follow it outside. You might drop it.
The phone shouldn't follow
Like
you
at the
outside. And
balcony.
that's a good one. That's a good one. Some people, I see them walking on the road and they're on the phone. That's zombie scrolling. Zombie on the move. Thank you. Where else should our phones not follow us to?
Even driving.
Even driving. Very good.
I see it
Very
a lot.
good. We do it a lot. We need to do it. Tell the adults. You don't drive. You don't use the phone when you are driving. Kamsi, have your hand up.
Going out somewhere like the church.
The church. Thank you. You guys have very brilliant responses. You went to church to have fellowship with God. You now got there and tell God, hold on, God. I have some people on social media I want to talk to. That is very rude. If I were to be God, I would give somebody a knock on the head inside church. Thank God I'm not God. Where else shouldn't we take our phones to?
I have another place where we're supposed to go and do physical activities, like a recreational center.
Fantastic.
You can't
You
take
left
it
your
to
house to a
you can't take
recreational
it to
center
school.
for physical activities, then you carry your phone. That's mindless.
Your phone should not follow you to school.
The phone should not follow you to school. That's a big no, 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 capital no, red, underline, exclamation mark, no. Good. Where else? We'll take one more answer and we move on.
To the school. It should not follow.
It shouldn't follow you where?
It should not. To the school.
To the
Fuel
school.
station.
To the fuel station, yes, because there's a sign there that says switch off your phones because it can cause a fire. Fantastic. Now I want you, after today's session, sit back and ask yourself, where are the places my phone shouldn't follow me to? If my phone were to be a human being, should I allow this phone to follow me into these places? Or I'm going to these places for a purpose. Why am I taking the phone along with me to distract me? All right, so the next one I have on the screen is pick out a hobby with a friend. And I want all of us to commit, a friend or sibling. Pick out a hobby and say, I'm going to be doing this with this person. It can be playing a board game. It can be just taking a stroll. It can be swimming. It can be any physical activity. It can be any sport. Pick up a hobby. The more you engage in physical activity, the less your brain will go to social media. And I can tell you, when you're back, you're very tired. Your phone will not be what you'll be looking at. All right? Now, I have to be running because of time, but your answers are very engaging. Some of the things we can do to remember, we said that social media has its bad side and its good side. But for us to be able to get the good side, we can't just say, hey, social media is bad, we won't be there at all. But we should go there, but be there purposefully, engage with the purpose. We need to grow the good habits of social media. Number one of the things you can do is, when you're on a particular page, ask yourself, do I really need to watch this? What is this serving me? Sometimes you're just doing it because you're bored. Takes me to point number 2. Resist scrolling when you're emotional. When somebody has annoyed you, when somebody has chastised you, when you carry that emotion, you actually use social media to feed yourself and make you feel good because you're looking for that chemical. Remember the chemical we talked about earlier? What's the name again? Dopamine, right? You now go there and feed yourself with dopamine. Feel good. Don't scroll when you're emotional, okay? Be selective about who you follow. You don't have to follow everybody. Is it every stranger you see on the road you follow?
No, please.
Thank you. If you don't follow every stranger you see on the road, why must you follow everybody you see on social media? The people you should follow are people that have the same vision and same purpose as you do. And if you went into social media because you want to study, you want to build a skill, then look for people that speak to that thing you're doing, not everybody. Another tip is follow pages that require a physical activity. There are some pages that talk about dancing and you dance with them. There's some pages that talk about fitness. There are some pages that tell you some do-it-yourself work. When you manage social media with activity, it doesn't suck you in so much. Then look for pages that build you mentally and spiritually, that feed you, that when you're done with that social media page, you come out and say, I am a better person. Then lastly, don't jump on every emotional high thread. Remember the videos I showed you earlier that tells you what you won't believe what happened. Watch to the end. They put such emotional captions to catch you. When you see those emotional threads, there's a way they say it on the street. They say jump and pass. Who knows what that means? You just move on. Me. Not you. Oh, you learn it today. When you see something that is not working for you, you skip it. Jump and pass. All right. So I will take any question you have. I know you've been making very brilliant comments. And if you have any question, I will quickly take it. Any question?
Yeah.
Any question?
Excuse me. You said us like you told us to delete our apps, the app that we are not using on phone. Why?
Because they can, very good question you asked. Some of those apps will be sending you prompts and make you want to check what is there. And if you don't need it, why do you have it on your phone? Do you understand? Think of your phone as a wallet, right? Your wallet will contain your purse, your key. Then if I just start having some piece of paper stuffed and rumpled and put inside your wallet that you don't need it, what will you do? You remove it. So if you don't need the app, remove it. Go ahead there.
I wasn't done with the engage with purpose, and I was still like,
Okay, I didn't hear the last part of your question. You said something about engage with purpose.
yes, I wasn't done with it, and I have a question.
Okay, go ahead with your question.
So, like when you have screen-free zones and your elders still use their phones on their screen-free zones, is it bad or should you just ignore it?
You just asked an amazing question. Now, one of the things you're going to do after this program is also to send a note to your parents to let them know what you learned. So you learned something good, something new. Yes, tell your siblings, but try to be respectful. Tell the person, don't use your phone there. So, do you know it's not right to use your phone while on the dining table? In my house, we say no technology on the dining table. So no laptops, no phones, no technology on the dining table. But by the time we also share this learnings with your parents, they will also help you enforce it with your siblings.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Oh, so say I come back outside and I'm inside, yeah, and my social media makes me happy. And you said that if I'm emotional, I shouldn't go back on my phone. Why?
Oh, very good question. The question I'll need to ask you is, what is that social media feeding? And I need to say this in two ways. Remember, we didn't say don't go on social media. We said don't be scrolling mindlessly and get distracted. Remember, we talked about zombie scrolling? So the same way I watch a movie on telly, I can watch a movie to get entertained. I can go on social media to get entertained. But when it becomes a problem is when I get there and I don't know when to unhook. It takes up so much of my time. I don't do the things I should do. It becomes a distraction.
But when I'm on social media, I never feel uncomfortable. I always feel comfortable. It doesn't make me stressed. But when I go outside, I feel stressed.
Okay, that's great. Are there things you're supposed to be doing that you're not doing and social media is taking the time? First question.
What did you say?
Are there things you are meant to be doing with that time that you're on social media? Either you're meant to be studying or you're meant to be helping out in the house or your parents ask you to do something or there's a project you're working on. And because you're on social media, you are not doing those things.
No, social media spotlights my project.
It does what?
Social media spotlights my project.
Tell me more about your project.
Okay, so I'm a designer and basically my design is popular on social media. So it helps people reach out, and that has gained a lot of spotlight to me and my friends and helped like really, really amazing people come and like show support, and it makes me feel happier than ever.
Okay, cool. Remember at the beginning of the program, we said, when you're on social media, be purposeful. You're there for a purpose that is for yourself, not mindlessly scrolling other people's videos and reels.
Yeah, but that's not my question. I asked you, I come back inside and I feel stressed. And you said if we're emotional, I shouldn't go on my phone, but my phone makes me happy.
Okay, very good question. Your phone makes you happy. Do your friends, physical friends, make you happy?
So not all the time.
All right. Now, one of the things you need to do is also build that social network you have in social media with physical people, because we live in a physical world. And one thing, and I hear you clearly, sometimes people irritate you or get you angry. But the reality is that we live in this world with 10 billion people. And if you really, really want to excel in this world, we're going to need to build relationship skills with the mindset that that relationship will not always be seamless and smooth. It will have its challenges. Now, dealing with people socially helps us build those skills, knowing that at all times, that relationship with them must not always be positive. But because we're in a social world with a social network, we need to build the social skills to work with people. There's a social skills for the social, for the internet, but there's a social skill to work with people outside life. So even when they stress you, you also need to learn how to handle them. And you can only learn how to handle them by working more with people and not staying away from them. We can take this offline.
I have a question
Go
for
ahead.
you. So,
Go ahead.
you know the successful people on the internet? Where do you think they got their riches
Yeah.
from? You know the successful people on the internet? Where do you think they got their riches from?
Yeah. Oh, they got the riches from the internet because they are there with a purpose to build their business.
No,
But
but
that doesn't stop them from having physical relationship with people.
But they also use content creators.
Oh, yes, because they are there on a purpose. Remember, the session is about mindless scrolling and avoiding distractions,
So
not going on
social media
social
is
media with a
useful.
purpose.
So social media is
Do you get what I'm
useful then.
saying?
Yes. So social media
We
is
started
useful.
the session, okay, Lion, we started the session by saying what are the advantages and the usefulness of social media, and we highlighted them. Do you understand?
So what are the
Then we now
advantages?
said, what are the dark sides we need to manage?
So
Because
what
for every amazing thing you have, there's a dark side.
So
Do
what
you
are the
get it now?
advantages and disadvantages?
Sorry?
So what are the advantages and disadvantages?
Now, because of time, I know this session was recorded. I'm going to ask you to play the recording because we're also mindful of time. We talked about the advantages and the disadvantages, and you talked about some of them now. You can build a business. You can build your network for your business. You can make money on the internet. Those are advantages, but we are looking at the disadvantages.
There are no
A car has
disadvantages.
an advantage, but a car can have a car crash, right?
Okay.
All right.
Sorry, can I come in because of time? I'm the moderator here. Sorry, Ms. Amaka. Hi, Liam. Good to know that you are here, and I love that you're asking real questions. The problem was that you came towards the end of the show and you're trying to take us back to the beginning. But don't go, because we're going to have an interactive session now with some of us. So consider it a talk show. We are going to touch on these questions that you are asking also, so we can use that time to answer these questions, okay? Is that okay with you, or by you, Liam? And Mrs. Amaka, thank you so much. This has been a very great session. If we keep it going like this, we're really going to go 4 hours and we're not going to be done. Was this a fantastic class or not? I need my friends to give me a feedback. Was this a fantastic class? Sorry, Mrs. Amaka, I didn't there's something you're supposed to end. All right. So, Mr. Maka, I'm going to give you time to do the final part of this session.
Yes, it was.
Then we can move into the talk show session of the conversation. Then we'll have a lot of people express themselves. Is Mr. Maka still here?
Yes, I am. Fantastic. So let's quickly remember what we said so much in this. So what we talked about earlier is about how do we use it usefully. And I would like us to go through, we have something on the screen and what we call our creed regarding the social media. Can you all see my screen? If you cannot see my screen, I would like us to read out the creed and have it. And Liam, some of the questions you raised are also answered in this creed. And I'd like us to read it out. If you can unmute, we're just going to chant it. All right, and I'll just count at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go. I use social media.
Social media via upbeat and integrity.
My words and actions reflect truth, respect, and excellence. I spread positivity, knowledge, and encouragement in every post. I will not allow social media to distract me from my show my
and will not let the
values,
social media
I
weaken
have
my
relationship, and
connection.
will
I
not
engage
let
with
social media
kindness and
weak.
purpose, using social media as a tool.
Engage with
I am
wisdom,
in
kindness,
control of my
and
online habits
purpose.
to ensure
Using
they
social
serve me.
media
So
as
now,
a tool
I am
for
soft, I
good.
am
I
strong,
am
I am in
improving on
charge.
my online habits to ensure my process and growth are not addictive.
Thank you.
Fantastic. I am smart. I am strong. I am in charge. I use social media as a tool. Social media doesn't use me. All right. Thank you so much, guys. It's been a wonderful time with you.
Mute yourself. And always thank everyone. If you have a question, that's okay. Write it in the comments. We will take your question. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. We have time for questions. We have time for questions. We have time. So write it in the comments. We're going to use it to have this panel conversation that we're about to have. So, but in the meantime, I want you to say thank you so much to Mr. Amaka for being the one who handled this session so excellently well. And like Liam was asking, social media has its good and it has its bad. We are just making sure that we don't go during the bad. And sometimes you can start from the good and you end up in the bad. You know, someone like me, even as an adult, I gained so much from this. And Mr. Baka is going to share these slides with us. So we go back and look at it because even me, I need to look at the slides. Sometimes I go on social media because I want to post a video, because I create content, right? And before I know it, I'm done posting my content, but I'm staying 1 more hour scrolling through every other person's page. One day, someone said to me, you are busy helping that person make money. Are you making your own money on it? So these are the issues. It's not that social media cannot build our businesses and we cannot do great stuff with social media. I mean, Zoom is one of those social platforms where we come together and be able to have meetings with people who are not in the same room with. But are we using it for the right reasons? Sometimes my children will tell me, I want to go online. They told me to go to my Google Classroom. I'm like, okay, Google Classroom alone. Then 1 hour after you go, and they've been on YouTube. How do I know? Because I can see their history. Their YouTube is connected to mine. I can see the history of what they've been doing on YouTube. And been watching everything but their Google Classroom. Who knows the truth? Who knows? All right, so Chima, I saw your question. So I'm going to gather some of these questions and it's going to be part of our interactive session. Mr. Baka is still here. And if you just are seeing my face and you're wondering, where did this woman come from? My name is Njide Karale Kobiora, and they call me Miss NJ, and I am part of this group, and I'm the host for today's event. All right, so if you have questions, if you have contributions, hold them very close to your heart. Write them in the comments, right? But before we go into the interactive session, I want you to jam your e-hands together for Ms. Amaka. Jam your e-hands together. Are you clapping? Send those emojis. Send those love emojis. Send those e-hands clapping. Clap with your real hands, okay? And we will quickly go into this conversation. So I will need everybody muted for this next session. I will only need these few people. If you hear your name, you are part of this conversation. So your own will be unmuted. So make sure you are not talking. Make sure you are not, you don't have any noise in your background if I call your name. So to go on in this interactive session, talk show, call it what you may, I want to have Kamsi Ekwalo. That's part of it, Kamsi Ekwalo. Are you here? Kamsi,
yes.
Show your hands. That's Kamsi. Yes.
I'm here.
So that everybody knows. Yes. And Chinaza Konyaso, are you here? If you're
Yes.
here with love, I can see you. I would have loved to be seeing your face. But that's okay. We can manage your dark screen, but your voice is needed. Then Matilda Anini Warrior. Matilda, please say hello to everyone.
Hello.
I have
Hi,
a question.
and Samuel Foster, are you here? Samuel Foster.
Yes, I'm here.
Great job. Everybody, please help me welcome my friends as they join me on this talk show seat. And not forgetting Miss Amaka, she's still here with us. Put your hands together for her as she comes back into the panel session. So we're going to start this question from the comments, the questions in the comments. This is how it's going to go. So when I read out the question, if you want to answer amongst my panel, I would love you to raise your hands. Just give me a show of hands or say, can I go? But give me a show of hands that you want to talk. Then I will give you the microphone to speak, okay? So let's start with the first question. Leah, please hold your questions. You will ask that right now. Ms. Amaka will ask her question, answer, but I want my friends to, children, you guys have the best mindset about stuff, the best opinions about stuff. And this social media is your world, really. So we want to hear your opinion. Okay, so someone says, how can I get money from social media? Can any of my friends tell? Any of my friends on the panel, how can I get money?
You can get money by...
Don't unmute until I call your name, please. I introduce the people that are on my e-seats. Can I call? Okay, so I'll call the name. Kamsi, do you have an idea how someone can make money via social media? Go first.
Yeah, so someone can make money via social media by creating like good content like everybody wants to see. Such content that is even like of the interest of business dealers who give like people like something called net worth. In celebrities, when they sing, they get something like net worth for their singing. So same as social media, those who are animators or YouTube, they make their money through social media, sharing their stories because people enjoy it and they get paid.
Yeah, so people enjoy. I know that you can't just start making money if you start posting on social media. So can I ask Chinaza or Samuel? Samuel, let me ask you. How do you begin to make money? For example, I've been posting on social media. Some parts of my posts have not started making money. So how do we now make it into something that begins to make money? Samuel, can you go?
Well, you can make money through social media by starting an online business.
Yeah, starting an online business. Okay. Mrs. Sapka, let me leave you to answer this. And I think Liam says he's making money from social media, if I'm not wrong. Maybe I'll call him later. Okay, maybe I should call Liam now. Hi, Liam. I'm bringing you all the way from the audience into this conversation. Liam, tell us a little bit. How can we make money from social media? Is Liam here?
Find something you like to do, make sure it interests the customers, and start to sell it in any way.
Okay, so you do stuff that can have interest customers and you start selling. All right, that's a nice one. Ms. Samaka, do you want to help us? Tell us all the ways we can begin to make money, because we're not too small to make money, are we? We're not. So tell us how we can begin to make money from social media.
Okay, thank you so much. And thank you everyone for your responses. Let's understand that social media is just the digital part of our everyday life. And making money in life is about having something that is valuable to others and attaching a value to it. So I see that NJ is wearing braids and I know, oh, she likes braids, and I have braids. And because I can make braids, I realize I have something of value that I can present to her, and she will invest in it, either by giving me money or any form of other investment to do that. Now, social media, you can make money on social media, but what now? Let's tell people, first of all, Ask yourself, when I'm coming to that platform, what am I bringing? What do I have that's of value? What do I do that people like listening to or like people like watching? You see people that became very great influencers because they were dancing, right? But they do the dance. They now say, now I do it. What market needs a dance? How do I make what I do visible to them? I have watched one lady I find very interesting because on social media, I see all those TikTok dance and funny dances. I'm from Igbo, from the eastern part of Nigeria. I saw a lady, a full-grown lady. What she does is that she wears a cultural outfit and does a traditional dance. She does it by a riverside, by a forest, by a village setting. And after a while, she got such huge followership. What was it? A lot of us don't know how to do those dances anymore. And we started watching her video. I found out that even some brides, when they want to do their traditional marriage, they go to her page to learn some dance steps. And from there, I learned when they're having some cultural programs, maybe chieftaincy, title, big events, they actually call her physically. Now, I use as an example, as little as dance or as easy as it seems, it's something she does very well. Then she identified there are people that need it. Then use social media to take it to them. So the question I'm going to ask us in a very simple way, what is it you do and you do very well? Some of us are fantastic storytellers. When you're telling a story, everybody's like, and listen to you. It's something you can take out there. Some of us are very good with analysis, right? Can I put together, can I get a book and do a book review, short book review, and pull out the salient points in the book and put it online? So, and there are boundless things. There are no boundaries. It's limitless what we can do. I can only imagine what I can do. Each and every one of you have something great. There's someone that's told you, oh, I like the way you do this. You're fantastic at this. You're fantastic at that. I know of another lady that is also trending. What does she do? She just reads scriptures of the Bible. She opens her, when you open her page, she goes like, oh, there's this scripture I read today and it touched my heart. Mark chapter 2, verse 4. And she just says something and people are commenting. So find out what you're good at that somebody will need and take it out there.
Thank you so much.
And this goes to social media. Everything about life. What you are good at and somebody will need, take it out there.
Thank you so much, Mr. Amaka. So if I hear you must be intentional about what, because sometimes you just say, I just want to do videos because I've been watching them, they do videos. I want to do resets, my room resets. I want to do a boxing video. You know, you just get excited because you see people doing it, but you need to think about, be intentional to think about the one you really know how to do, because all of us are gifted, all of us are blessed with talents, right? And then think of how you will put it together to be something you can present to other people. Don't do it jaga jaga, like I like to say. Don't do jaga jaga, because those ones you watch, you like watching them because they did it excellently well. Another thing I hear you say is then put it on the platform. There are different platforms and there are different ways that different platforms work. Facebook has their own way that if you want to sell, you keep putting it, and there's something called algorithm. The more you put, the more that people see it, the more that people comment, then you will get followership. And over time, if you get a lot of followership, then Facebook will begin to pay you. And Instagram and TikTok, be able to know the one that you want to put. And some people put on all the platforms for. Then again, as children who go to school, do the one that you know that will still allow you to read your book, so that you will not spend all your time just chasing after money. The most important part of your life now is your education, all right? And of course, you can learn other skills. Then remember, when you go on that social media and say, I'm going there to sell, be sure that you're selling. Don't go there and waste all the time. I think that's what the conversation today really keeps hitting on. So let me ask another question, as I am seeing in the comments. There is no wrong question. second question says, what if you don't have real activities? And I really want my friends to be the ones to answer this question. Is it possible that you don't have real activities? Like you wake up every day, you are a human being, you're breathing, you can touch your hands and legs and they are working. You don't have real activities. Who will answer this one for me? Let me look for a friend that will answer it for me for okay, so Matilda, can you tell me, is it possible for someone not to have real activities?
It's possible, but sometimes it can. And even in the outside world, it's different from other people's.
I don't know if you understand my question. What I'm asking is, someone says, I don't have real activities. That means I cannot dance. I cannot play football with my siblings or friends. I don't have any board games to play. I don't have any physical book to read. I don't have any cardboard sheets and pencil and colors to paint with. I do not have any empty containers in my house to use a stick and drum on them. I don't have any floor for me to somersault on. I don't have any chair for me to climb, jump up, jump down. I don't have my sneakers and my legs to just, jog or run or exercise. This person, I don't have food in the kitchen to cook and maybe say, oh, let me imagine the way this people cook. This is what this person is saying, that I don't have swimming pool to go to. I don't have anybody to interact with. Is that really possible? Who asked that question? I think I can ask that person to answer. What if you don't have any real activities? Chima, are you here? Are you saying none of these things I mentioned is available to you?
Yes, they are really available, but not all the time because my mom chases us to read our books every time.
There is no how. Okay, let me go too forward. There is no how your mom chases you to read your book every time, like from morning till night. Even that your mom, she will be tired of you people reading. But I understand when, as parents, she might see you people doing other things like scrolling, doom scrolling, zombie scrolling. I like to call it doom scrolling. I should say, go read your books. So are you saying that your parent never allows you to go plant a seed in a cup or in a bucket? That if you tell her that I want to draw, she'll say, no, don't draw. If you tell her I want to learn how to make hair, she'll say, no, don't. If you tell her I want to play with my siblings, she'll say, no, don't play, just read. Is that true?
Not all the time, but that is not true.
Okay, so sorry, I'm going forward. I wanted to drill you to be able to, so that you'll be the person that answers your question. What you could do is sit with your parents. Parents need you to be very intentional. Sit with them and say, Mom, can we draw out a timetable for our daily activities? So we have a time to read, a time to do real activities, a time to sleep, a time to eat. If you have a real life timetable in your house, I do not think that your mom will be chasing you every time to read instead of doing those very nice things that you put on the timetable. That's if you really do it when you go say you want to do it. Is that fine, Chima?
Yes.
Will you do that?
No. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay, I think you answered your own question. It's not every time. So if you promise your mom that you're going to do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, she'll let you do the right activities. So let's go on with the next question. Okay, someone asked, also, what if your friends are with their gadgets online and you want to feel among? I think among is the word. So let's have some friends answer this and then Mrs. Amaka will answer it finally. So what if your friends have their own and you want to show that me too, I have a device. I need to go online to show them so that when we come to class or when we go online, they can know me too. I have devices. How do you handle this? Chinaza, can you answer for us?
Sorry, what's the question?
So what if my friends have their own gadgets and they are always online. And I want to feel among, I want to show them too that me, I have gadgets and I want to go online. What do you advise this person to do?
Well, like even if your friends are with gadgets and all that, and like let's say for instance, my brother has a gadget and I don't, and I feel a bit jealous. So I'll just ask my parents why I can't have one. And if they tell me because you're not old enough to and all that, I can agree with that. But for this case, since the person's friends are having the gadgets and he can't, he can just ask them like, what are they doing with the gadgets and all that? Like, is it good or is it bad? So he can know. He or she can know.
Chinaza, can I say I love the way you answer questions. You really are very mature in the way you take the question. So thank you. If you're not mature, you can understand why they are not giving you devices. But if it's that your friends have, you ask them, what are you really doing with these devices? So I'm going to go on and ask Kamsi. So this person asks their friends, and the friends say, well, it's fun. If you see the things we're watching, and this person is feeling bad, like, why am I always the one that has to go play with real things and not play with my friends? I mean, I feel left behind. What do you say to this person, Kamsi?
So if this person says he watches this and it's so fun, first of all, you have to investigate. This watch that is fun. Is it really good for our health? Because as a good friend, you're supposed to care for others. So you ask questions, you find out. And if you want to just know more about what he's watching, don't be nosy at all. You want to get information, like get insight on what interests her. If that same thing interests me. And if I found out what interests her won't be really good for her health, I will try and convince her to like stop it or watch something more engaging and stuff instead of feeling left out.
Okay. So you tell them to watch something better. Does this handle your own feeling of feeling that I don't have things to watch? Will this take care of that feeling for you?
I didn't really hear that last question.
Okay, when you encourage your friend to watch something nice, something healthy, will it take care of that feeling that you're feeling like, everybody has devices and I don't have? Will it take care of it for you?
It will.
Wow, that's nice to hear. Mr. Maka, let me throw the question to you. How can someone, maybe Kamsi is a stronger-willed child, how can someone who always feels very jealous, left out, that, oh, mom, my friends are always on their devices, you're always making me read, you're not letting me watch devices. How can this person manage this kind of feeling?
Very interesting question, and I love that it came out. It looks light, but it's a very deep-seated issue that takes a lot of maturity to handle. And I love the way our audience have been taking it. Usually it's referred to as FOMO, fear of missing out, right? Everybody's there and I'm not there. And it just doesn't happen in social media. It happens everywhere. You say that social media is stronger. So if all my friends are wearing a particular outfit and I've been asking my mom to buy it for me and she hasn't bought it, oftentimes I feel really, really bad. As in, why am I that sore thumb all the time amongst my friends, right? Why can't I just be like them? But I love the response I'm hearing. What value are they getting out of it? Now, I'm going to take this response two ways. Fear of missing out is a reality that happens everywhere, not just in social media. So it's something we need to learn how to handle. If you don't handle social media, it will meet you in the place of work, it will meet you in school, it will meet you in life, it will meet you in spirituality. A lot of people have done things they shouldn't do, but just because their friends were doing it, and I don't want to stand out, I'll do it. So the question is, I ask my kids, before you want anything, ask why. So if my kids want to buy anything, I ask them why. And if the response is because others have it, beware. That's a red flag. Because you haven't identified why you want it. If you can identify why you want it, and what is going to serve you, then you find that your demand is more targeted. I will want a phone and I want to be on social media because there's this thing I want to do to achieve this. And when you get there, you are purposeful in your usage. But the moment you're doing something because every other person is doing it, you're going to get there and you'll be one of the mindless scrollers. You know why? Somebody once said, when you follow what others do, you will never lead. I know what, you'll forever be a follower because you can't enjoy your next step. They have to do something, then tell you it's fun, then come back, then you now imitate them. That means forever you will never lead. And that's a dangerous place to be. So where every other person has the gadget and is on social media and you're not there, first of all, there's an understanding you have as an individual that made you not to be there. Remember, there's a conviction and understanding that made you not to be or not always to be there. But at the same time, you want to play with your friends, but they are unavailable. What I would suggest, introduce some other activities that will be fun because everybody's looking for fun. If they don't want to go with the activity, you might want to deprioritize that friend, spending time with that friend. I don't say cut off the friendship. Let me give you an example. If you're standing on a chair and somebody is standing on the floor and you are pulling each other, who can pull the other? Will you be able to pull? Who will succeed? I pulling the person on the floor up or the person on the floor pulling me down?
The
Kamsi, have your hand up.
person on the chair. The person on the chair.
The person on the floor pulling me down.
The person on the floor pulling you down.
Is a person on the floor.
Fantastic. The person on the floor it's easy to pull somebody down than to pull somebody up. Now, if my friends are all on social media all the time and I want to play with them, I want to engage them, they don't have my time. What will most likely happen in that friendship is that they will pull me into this place that I don't want to be. So you first of all have your stand and clarity and be convinced why I'm not going there. Not because my mommy said don't go there. My mommy said I should not do video. That's not enough conviction. We learned some of the things that should convince us today. Sell that same conviction to your friend. If your friend hasn't bought it, there is another friend you will make. Now, let me tell you guys one thing. What makes friendship? Friendship is not because I hang out with you. Friendship is because we have something in common. We have common interests. If I have interest in physical play and you have interest in social media, scrolling all the time, then there's no common interest. You are my acquaintance, not necessarily a friend. I'll be friendly with you. I will say hello to you, but you're not a friend I will spend all my time with because you're going to pull me down. It is easier for you to pull me down than for me to pull you up. Does that answer your question?
Thank you so much, Mrs. Amaka. Friends, this has been a very wonderful interactive session. You can see we have our answers, and there are still more questions in the comments. But because of time, I will quickly just say one or two things to those things, and then we will quickly run out. See, all we're saying is that social media is beautiful. Even we, that the adults, we love them. But social media has its bad part. Just like food is nice, but the more you eat too much, the more you are obese and you can die out of bad health. Everything has its good side, or almost everything has its good sides, right? But when we do not use it the right way, the right way is not according to the way that the people that made it wanted to be used, because what they made it for, like Mr. Amaka said, is they made it for us to always watch it and make money from our lives, right? So why we need to is that you need to ask yourself, what is my intention of using social media? Just the same way, if you keep playing games and you don't cut off from it. I've seen videos of a child who's so addicted to game playing that he became started losing weight. His mom will always take food to him to feed him in his mouth because he became a game addict. He couldn't eat because he was addicted to this thing. So you see the effects of negative use of something that is supposed to be good. I think Mrs. Amaka has done so good a job that if we really want to listen, the question is, do we really want to listen? And that's why we are part of Young Oaks Leadership Network. We are learning a better way. Someone say we are learning a better way.
We are learning a better way.
We are learning a better way.
All right.
We are learning a better way.
We are learning a better way.
So while we round off,
yes, what I'm learning a better way.
One thing, just one
better
thing.
way.
Don't you learn plenty things, because sometimes you learn plenty things, you might forget it. Just write one thing you learned today in the comments and write it in your writing materials. That way you will not forget. Write what thing you learned today. We don't have a lot of time because we have still a few things to do. So please go on and write what you learned today before we round off. So someone just says, what is doom scrolling? Doom scrolling is just scrolling without control. Like that child I said, always playing games without control. I sometimes doom scroll. And sometimes when I'm done, my head is banging. Do you know sometimes you can keep looking at another person's life and you feel sad about the life you have? You feel, oh, they live in the finer house. I don't have a good house. You feel sad that your mom is not giving you as much things as their father buys them during their birthday. They bought them a car, they bought them a house, and you feel like your parents are not good enough. These things are doom scrolling. The effect it has on humanity is the more you spend this time comparing yourself to others, you lose the time to live your own life because your life is really where you are, right? It can inspire you to try to do better, try to learn how to do other things to make money, but it shouldn't make you want to have another person's life. The impact of doom scrolling sometimes is that you can get mentally challenged. Yes, it can affect your mental health, break your mind. Doom scrolling can cause that. It can also make you always not see the good in people. You are always very comparative in your actions. You always look at people, oh, they don't look fine. Their house is not fine. Their house is not fine enough because what are you measuring it against? What you see on social media? Oh, they are not beautiful because they are showing you what beauty looks like. So doom scrolling has very negative effects on humanity. And I want you to go back and do that as an assignment. Let me give you an assignment, one assignment. Go and ask Google, what is the bad side of doom scrolling? Or what is the effect of doom scrolling on humanity? Thank you so much, Mrs. Amaka. Thank you, my friend Samuel. Thank you, my friend Kamsi Chinaza Matilda, for being part of this session. Before we go, let's take the creed again. Media, can you put the creed on the screen? We will take it one more time now that we know a little more about the negative effects of social media. Can we pledge to use social media for the right reasons? Please put up the pledge and then we will go. Media, I'm waiting for you. We will take the pledge, then I will make a few more announcements and we will give you the assignment. There is something to win if you don't go away. There is an assignment and that assignment comes with a prize. So stay glued. The creed. Media, I'm not seeing the creed. All right.
What is the assignment?
My announcements, the media will put the creed on the screen. So here is the assignment. The assignment is drum rolls. Are you rolling the drum? This is a challenge. You know, we're talking about social media. We all have all those social media challenges, TikTok challenge, this one challenge, dance challenge, speak challenge. This is the Young Oaks Leadership Challenge, and it's called, are you rolling the drums? It's called the Screen Time Challenge. Screen Time Challenge, write it in the comments. SCREENTIM Challenge, Screen Time Challenge.
What is our assignment?
That's what I'm about to announce now. It's the challenge. And there is a prize waiting for anybody that does it well.
The bike?
Are you ready? So,
yes, please.
We are going to share, it's called the Screen Time Challenge. That's the assignment. We are going to share a template with you. You can get the help of adults in your life or parents to do this assignment. What we need you to do is every day for the next 3 weeks, let's keep it at 3. 3 is very good. For the next 3 weeks, every day, track your screen time. Let me explain. So, check how many hours did you spend on your phone, on your tab, or in front of the TV, or on the laptop. How many hours? And so, today is Saturday, 29th of March, 2025. And if I stayed like 2 hours on my screen, I will go to that sheet and write 2 hours for Saturday, 29th March 2025. Then on Sunday, I can say, oh, because it's a Sunday, I watch 10 hours of TV, 2 hours of TV, 5 hours of TV. The intention is for us to reduce our screen time and increase our real activities. So you are going to put what you did instead of watching TV, watch YouTube, or use a screen. Maybe you say, I played with my siblings. I crochet a granny blanket. I drew art. I played a board game. So you replace your screen time with a real-time activity. All right? And you register it in your form.
I did watching channel.
Okay.
My word
every week we track your screen time. Don't start making noise. I can't hear myself. If you keep making noise, then nobody will know what the assignment is. So can you kindly mute Ife, Sean, and Chanel? You are talking.
I use social media. Please lead with it.
When I am done, we will allow you to ask
encouragement.
Ife, can you kindly mute? You will have the time to ask questions, okay? All right, thank you. So the assignment is you will track your screen time and record it in your form. At the end of 3 weeks, and you need to be truthful. We are watching you, we're watching you, we're watching you, we're watching you. If you're using a tab, there's something that you can use to measure your screen time. And at the end of 3 weeks, everybody will be following your tracker. We'll be seeing it as you register your screen time every day. We will reward the person with the lowest screen time, the least screen time. Don't worry. Uncle Caleb and Uncle Isaac will write this and send to your parents. We will record the people who have the lowest screen time, and we will give you something so awesome to reward your efforts. Please make sure you have an activity that you use to replace screen time. So you say, I read the book, and you write the name of the book. Ife, I will hear you. I will answer you. Just allow me to finish, all right? What if you're writing an exam? That's great. I read for my exam instead of watching the screen. So replace your screen time. Ife? All right. So did you hear me? Did you get the assignment? If I ask you a question, you've been really trying to talk. Okay, Alodia says no. All right, don't worry. We will share the information with your family, but let me try to explain again. We are doing screen time challenge. And what is screen time challenge? We are trying to know the person that watched or used the screen or a device or social media the lowest in the next 3 weeks. So every week you will track your screen time. I stayed just 1 hour on my phone instead of the 5 hours I used to spend. I stayed just 30 minutes and I read a book instead. I made an art instead. I danced instead. I had a conversation with my friend instead. Chima, your hand is raised.
What are we going to share it with you?
We will share a form with you. So you will always go and click on that form that you have done it or that you have done, maybe 30 minutes of screen time. We will share something with you, okay?
Okay.
Someone else has their hands up. Okay, nobody has their hands up. Are you clear now? Are we all clear? I guess that's it, yes.
Ma'am,
All right.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yes, please go on, Kamsi.
I said I'm clear.
I have a question.
Go on.
If you're writing exam and all you need to do is just read your book, will it be lying if you did not go to screen, if you did not
Some
use
people
screen time?
they're writing exams. Some people even go and use their devices, even though they are writing exams. Some people steal their parents' devices and watch behind their backs, even though they have exams. So if you truly did not use any device that you read for your exams, but I don't think you read for your exam all day, you have other activities. Say, I did not use a device today, and you can record it. That's a good one. Many schools are writing exams, so it's a good one still.
Thank you, Ma.
I have a question.
Sophia, go on.
How do I select the good things to watch on social media?
Great job. Great job. So, if you have YouTube, maybe what we will do, this is how I will answer the questions. We will curate some very good YouTube platforms to watch, or the things that you can watch, and we will share with you. Isaac and Caleb, please take notes. We will curate the good things to watch on social media or on YouTube. We will curate content that are good for children your age, and we will share with you. You can start from there. Is that fine with you, Sophia?
Yes, ma'am.
Sophia, all corrected. Is your name Sophia or Sophia?
Sophia.
Sophia, thank you so much. All right, any other person? Someone says, I have a question. All right, we have a few minutes to close. I have a question. Matilda,
NJ, can I come in briefly? Can I address that question about how do I pick the good things to watch on social media?
How do I? Sorry, okay, ma'am.
I can't hear
How
anyone.
to pick the good things to watch on social media?
I can't hear.
We're struggling to hear you.
Okay, I think my network is low, so go ahead. When it comes back full, I'll answer the question.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Matilda.
NJ, go ahead. My network is poor.
My question is that what is the effect of zombie scrolling on humanity?
What is the what?
Effect of zombie scrolling on humanity.
What is the effect? Miss Samaka, are you still here? Okay, she's not here. What is the effect of zombie scrolling? First of all, do you understand what a zombie is?
Yes, a zombie is a person or
Sorry?
a group of. A zombie is.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
we
please.
can hear you now, ma'am.
Okay. So what's the effect of zombie?
Hear what you were saying, but let Miss Samantha speak. When she's done, we come back to you and then we will quickly close.
Okay, she was asking what's the effect of zombie scrolling on humanity?
Yes.
And I love the fact that you use the word humanity. We are social beings. And one thing we are created to do is to connect socially and physically, where emotions are openly expressed, real time, and we engage in dialogue. Now, that human engagement manages a lot of, how do I put it? Creates an emotional balance for us as human beings. When you go to social media and you're doing zombie scrolling, we are just seeing very short snippets of people's lives, and usually just the perfect one, or the highly emotional or highly exaggerated, or either is you're feeling so excited you made so much money, or you're feeling so down, this is a terrible news, or this is last minute sales. You are always on that hyperspace. What happens that it creates anxiety. It also impacts people in many ways around their mental health. Then it impacts people in such a way that when they now meet people physically, they're unable to make friends easily. You see someone sitting next to you. It is very strange if you're sitting down somewhere, you're sitting with someone for 5-6 minutes, and you haven't been able to say hello to the person. You don't have social skills. So it affects our social skills. Now, at the end of the day, when we grow, for every human being we're connecting, be our siblings, be our friends, be our parents, be our classmates, be our colleagues, be our teachers, we need these social skills. When those social skills are not there, it breaks down relationships in humanity. We lose patience with one another. Then we are all not able to come together and build together. People say, I just like doing things on my own. I just like doing things on my own. And we lose the whole essence of humanity. We become like zombies. Zombies don't interact. They just move like a herd of sheep, right? And Njideka mentioned doom scrolling. And I just felt I should mention that. Doom scrolling is the next level of zombie scrolling. When you start zombie scrolling, you're just mindlessly scrolling through things. After a while, there's a lot of negativity in the social media, and the human mind latches onto very strong emotions. Negativity is a very strong emotion. You suddenly find yourself looking for news that has negativity in it. At that point, that is doom scrolling. And at that point, the person needs a medical help. So you see how it spirals down, and that's the impact on humanity. Does that answer your question?
Yes,
Thank you so much, Mr. Maka. This is such a great way to answer these questions. All right, thank you, friends. I think we have a lot of information to go back and process and practice, because more than the things that we are learning, the most important part is how we really practice it, which is why we remember to do our challenge, our no screen challenge, right? I know most of you are going to be writing the exams this next week if you're in Nigeria. And after this next week, holiday, most of us would go tapping on our tabs and our phones and our screens. So let's know who learned anything from here at all, and who decided to do something with what they learned. Thank you so much, everyone, for being part of here. I'm going to take a few announcements and we will be saying goodbye. I know you've been here for too long. It's time for lunch, I think, for some people. So we'll release you to go have lunch. Has this been a great time for you? You can unmute and answer me. Has this been a great use of your time?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, thank you. I learned how to manage distractions. Amanda said,
Yes.
Claudia said, I think this is mainly on peer pressure and addiction. Well, that's not what we talked about, but of course, social media has to do with also peer pressure. Chima says, I also learned that we shouldn't take our phone to where it's not meant to be. So which means we should go home and create no phone zones, right? And our parents should be part of it so that they will also encourage us. I should take that phone too. Someone says, I learned that what you see people do doesn't mean you should do it. Of course, it can spoil you. Right. Thank you so much to everyone who's giving their own feedback and being a great and awesome part of this. This has been courtesy of the Young Oaks Leadership Network. Here we build leaders today for tomorrow, all right? And just to be a basic part of our group, you need to tell your parents, that's if you have not, to register you with 5,000 Naira. It's too small compared to the ice creams that you take, and then you would use the restroom and you'll be all gone. But what you will learn here will benefit you for all your life, even as an adult. The things that we're learning here is helping me become a better woman, a better mother, a better career person. Okay, so tell your parents to please register you for just 5,000. You become a member and you'll be at the Acorn level. Then for the next level is also, you need to register to be a full-time member where you have access to better things than what we're having now. That one costs 40,000 naira for a whole year. 40,000 a whole year. I know some of your parents can just do it with a link, because these are very important things. I didn't get to learn all these things when I was young, so you can see how greatly blessed you are. So this is the Young Oaks Leadership Network. Talk to your parents. If you know how, you talk to them about those things that you really like. Tell them, Mommy, please register me for Young Oaks. That's if they've not. Daddy, please register me for Young Oaks. Get on your parents' back and remind them this is a great place to be. Because if you do not become part of us, you will not be equipped with the abilities to really know how to deal with the challenges of real life. So help us tell your parents. All right, someone says, I learned to take a break from screens and know what and what not to watch. Yes, thank you. Remember, we owe you a compilation of great things to watch on social media. We are going to deliver that to you. Uncle Caleb and Uncle Isaac will make sure that you have that before the end of the month, I believe. All right. Please share video testimonials. What are video testimonials? Tell your parents to record a video of you talking about this class you were in, Young Oaks Leadership Network. Tell people, make a video saying what you really learned or what you really gained by being part of this. We would really appreciate that. Make sure you are well dressed, you are in a very nice environment. Take that video and please send to us. We will share the details that you will share your videos to. So please make a video talking about what you learned and how it affected you positively. Okay, I think that will be all. Kamsi, it was a great time seeing you be part of today's meeting. Adebola, Adelaja, Sophia, Esther, Ife is Esther, Amanda, Godswill, Alordia, Sean and Chanel, Matilda and Maya, Ada, Liam, you have already heard it. Social media has its good parts, but just do not use it for the wrong things, okay? And have the time for everything. And remember, when you go online, do what you said you are going there to do. Chinaza, Chima, Ogieva Arede, Rexford, Samuel and Kayla. Thank you so much, everyone, for being part of this. I think it's good to appreciate yourselves. Thank you for being there. You can unmute and say anything you want to say while we go. You can unmute, tell us what you want to say. And remember, we'll still have a session in April. Tell your friends to be part of the April session. Tell them what you. Yes, Ife, you wanted to say something?
When are we going to have another meeting?
Sorry? April.
When are we going to have another meeting?
April. Who else has something to ask? Yes, April. We'll tell you when exactly. Okay. All right, friends. If nobody has anything to say to me, this has been a great time. Thank you so much to Dr. Ben, our big daddy here. Thank you so much to Mr. Maka.
Excuse me, what is it that you can't carry phones to the toilet?
Yes. What did you say?
Why is it that you cannot carry phones to the toilet?
Because it's not good to sit on the toilet seat for too long. You can actually catch some diseases. And when you hold your phone, you forget the time and you sit on the toilet seat for too long. It's unhealthy for you. You can catch diseases in the toilet. It's good to do number one or number two and be on your way. The longer you stay on the toilet seat, you can develop pile and all those kinds of bad diseases. So it's better you get out of the toilet than hold the phone and stay there for too long. Okay, friends, this will be all. We need to call it a day. Thank you so much for
What is zombie scrolling?
I'm looking forward to having all of you for our next session in April. Go do your assignments. We will come to ask you who did it, and we'll give a prize to the person who won. It's been me, Miss NJ, and our teacher has been Mrs. Amaka, and it's been a great time to spend my Saturday. Love you, and see you next time. God bless you.
Okay.
Bye.
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 Bye. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye. See everyone later.
Bye.
Bye, Maya Fashion. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Chanel.
Sophia.
Bye, Maya.
Bye-bye. Ma? Bye, Maya.
Here we stand as a people with one song, with one voice. We're a nation undivided and poised. We will take a stand and build our land in faith to defend what is ours. Here we are as a people with one heart for one cause. We're determined to rebuild and restore. Where freedom reigns and truth prevails. Our land where there's hope for us all. Our land where there's hope for us all. We'll defend our land. We believe in this nation, and we know we'll get there. We'll defend our land. We believe in Nigeria and the promise she holds, and that one day we'll shine like the sun. We're a great nation. Though we are many people, different tribes, different tongues, we're united in our strength and resolve to uphold the honor of our land and for generations to come, and for generations to